Hello, 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 how are we all? Right then, let's crack on. I've got a rugby game to watch at 3 o'clock, so I need to crack on through with this commentary we have done from a very, how can I put this, interesting race at Blue Moon and Tokyo Express East Outer Route, I think it is. So just before we crack on, just make sure my audio levels are all fine, because I do have problems with my audio sometimes. Speak amongst yourselves for a moment. Sometimes. Yep, all is good in the world. All is good in the world with my audio. So let's just turn the volume down and crack on with this contentious kind of race. It's not. No, it's not contentious. That's the wrong word. Hello, crazy. Hello, mate. It's an interest. I have to be honest. I think this is one of the worst tracks on the game, mainly because as you'll find out, turn one, the racing line for turn one, it takes you over this bump which can throw the cars out, so the racing line for everyone is compromised at turn one, and then there's basically two turns, turn one and turn two, the sharp left. And the racetrack, as you can see, is really wide. You can get about 4 cars wide, but then turn 2 basically funnels 4 cars back into one sort of lane with barriers either side, and nowhere for people to go if they get it wrong. So it's a horrible track. I don't like it at all. Saying that, let's crack on with the race then. So in pole position, we have Pudog in first place. Seamus, highest grid position for him, I think, in the series so far, here in second. Bosanovic here in third. Great result for him, up to third as well. Crony here in fourth. Crazy in fifth. Mickey in 6th, Bazinga, I'll get it right now, in 7th, myself, Berserker Boy, in 8th. I had real problems in qualifying. I spent 15 minutes not managing to get a toe off anyone until about the last minute and a half. I managed to pop a quickish lap time in. I was last on the grid with about 2.5 minutes to go. It even last on the grid, I was only 0.4 away from pole position, so it's a very, very tight field. Dennis here in 9th place, Rick in 10th, Dominator in 11th, and Sixpenny Guitar in 12th. So without further ado, we shall get going. Let's go from about midfield. Let's go on board with Dennis. We don't go on board with Dennis much, do we? I'm sure there's a joke in there somewhere. See how this race pans out. Oh, slow start there from Mickey in 6th place, but nice clean start from everyone else. All Thunderbird one getting into the inside line there, trying to come up to the inside of turn 1. Everything's good so far from everyone. They have a nice clean start. Turn 1, everyone avoids that horrible little bump. Dennis is getting a little shove there. Who was that from? That was from Mickey or Rick, I'm not sure who, but everyone's clean through. So it's going to be quite a tedious kind of race. Is basically turn 1 or turn 2, and here we come up to turn 2, the turn of death, and as you can see, 3 wide is not going to be very good. It's going to compromise everyone's racing line, and everyone's bottling up here, but we're all just about through. There's a bit of a squiggle there from Bosanovic, it looks like. Yep, we're all through, so we go up front now with Pudog coming around turn 2 down the main straight for the first time. In the lead, here's Pooh, slowly followed by Seamus. Not slowly followed by Seamus, it's just followed by Seamus. Bosanovic is in 3rd, holding his position. Crony's up to 4th. Oh, you can see, look at this, everyone, all the cars. Let's give it a wider view. No one's dropped off, everyone's still cleanly through. Bit of a bump there on board here with Crazy. Look at this field, you can see it's all really, really wide, and it's going to narrow down bits in between. It's 4 abreast back here with Dennis. On board with Dennis now, looking up the arse of Mickey. Oh, Dennis gets it wrong all by himself. Misses that. That was so quick, and we're going to have to watch that again. Let's go from the cockpit view and really scare ourselves. Gets the little kink wrong as Dennis. Oh, he's been harassed there from Dominator. He's trying to get the slipstream with Mickey. Hits the barrier full on. Does he damage the car? No, he doesn't. All's well and good. Oh, sorry. Seamus Oh, he's in the lead. Oh, I meant to go back to the six-penny guitar. It's all bumping and barging. Sorry about the flicking there. Here at the back, but so far everyone's still within us. So here we are, six-penny guitar now at the back of the grid, and he's not far off. It doesn't show me how far off he is from the leaders up front. So we go back up front. Speaking of leaders, we've got Poodog now in the lead, being harassed here from Shames. Let's go on board Shames. Not had a chance to talk about his racing much. Poodog's indicating that he's going right there. I did the same as Dennis next lap. Oh, did you now? This goes, that's crazy. Does Crazy bump into that barrier just at this point here? He's harassing the rear end of Berserker Boy. No, maybe it's the next lap. He's looking up the inside of Berserker here at turn 2. Gets a nice clean move. Berserker's giving him room on the inside as well. And also very respectful here from Berserker and Crazy's just slowing them both up a little bit though. They shouldn't really be fighting. They should be following this group of drivers. Bazinga here in 5th place. He's got up through the field. Nice drive from him. As you can see, the field now streaming along the start-finish straight. Here we go, turn 1. This is the bit. Horrible little bit. See, really unsettles the car. Throws the back end. You can see Shames his car behind him. It's very squirrely. Let's go back now to see where, if this is the moment that Crazy bins it into that corner. Berserker's still hanging on to 6th place. Is this the moment? Crazy. I was fighting with Mickey. He did it. Oh well. I look forward to seeing that bit. So let's go back up front end. It's got to be a bit of a there's a bit of a gaggle of drivers now. Looking back from Poodog to 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th behind him. It's Berserker there as well. A little bit of weaving from Seamus, trying to find the right way to get past Poodog. Hasn't quite got the drive, I don't think, to get past Pooh into turn 1. Pooh's making Seamus go around the outside. Oh, as you can see, they're all bumped very harshly there, but Seamus has managed to make it stick all the way around the outside. Is he going to keep it in front? He is. I can see there's a whole gaggle of drivers here. Let's go back on board with Crony as Crony bins it wide. Oh, let's have a quick look at that again. Crony late braking it. Gets right close up to the back end of Poodog. So side by side here. Watch out for Bazinga behind. I think Bazinga's going to give Crony a bit of a love tap as Crony gets it wide. Gets it wrong slightly. Slight little bump there from Bazinga. It just allows these lead group. Oh, I thought Bazinga was going to hit the barrier then as well. Where's Berserker? There's Berserker. Following this group, trying to get a nice run. Nice tidy line there from Berserker. So it's all really, really tight up front. We've still got a lead group here. There's a little bit of a split now between the top 8 drivers, and then there's a gap between them and back here Dominator. Back here in 9th. Rick is in 10th. Dennis is in 11th. 6penny Guitar seems to have dropped off quite a bit. Let's have a quick look, see what might have occurred there for 6penny. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, so he's picked up a... Where does he pick up a... 13, 14. Oh, it's at turn 1. He gets it horribly wrong at turn 1. Picks up a horrible penalty and then just drifts off. So, 19, 14, 15, 16. There we go. So we go back to here. Sorry about the flicking. And we go back up front. So it looks like Seamus is now leading this gaggle of drivers. He's got in front of Poodog, who's in front of Crony. Crony being harassed here from Bazinga. And then Mickey's closely following them behind. Berserker and Bosonovic side by side into turn 2. Berserker lets Bosonovic go. And it's paid off for Berserker as he's kept a nice racing line there and keeps it in front of Bosonovic. Let's go back up to this lead group though. This is where the action is. So Pooh's now back in front of Seamus. Let's go from the... That's the view I wanted. From the driver's point of view. Seamus, oh, a little bump there on the back end of Pooh. You can see the car gets unsettled as he goes through turn 1. Drifting wide, nice and tight though, it's really close. As these three side by side battling for 3rd place. Crony in 3rd. Oh, Mickey gives Bazinga a little nudge there. Still side by side, Mickey and Bazinga coming to turn 2. All bunched up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 and 7 as well. Here comes Crazy on the back end of Berserker. So these two still fighting it out. But in the meantime, Pooh has got back in front. Let's go to... That's the view as well. The flipping timers right in the view of what I was trying to look at then. So let's go aboard with Seamus as he goes around turn 1. Oh, see how it unsettles the car. Pooh's gone very slow on the inside there. That unsettling of the car. Eventually, the problem taking the racing line that Seamus has just taken her into turn 1. Eventually, at some point, it will be so bad that it will unset the car too much. He's risking. It is the fastest line. Oh man, they're all kicking off here into turn 2. As Crony and Bazinga catch the lead group, but Pooh's still managing to hold it out in front of Bazinga and put Seamus back into 3rd place. Yeah, I'm just saying it is the fastest line, the racing line over that. See which line Pooh takes into turn 1. But the trouble is, eventually you will get caught out. Now see, Pooh's going shallow, Bazinga's gone wide, managing to avoid the bump. Seamus is going around the outside again on the marbles. He's risking a lot, Seamus. It is the fastest line, but you're risking a lot to go around that way. And look at the field, the gaggle of drivers behind as well. So Pooh still out in 1st place. Bazinga's up to 2nd. Seamus is 3rd. Mickey is in 4th. Then there's a little bit of a gap between Crazy and Berserker, 5th and 6th. Here's Crazy, has been followed by Berserker. Oh, Berserker rubbing the barrier then. So is Crony and Bosonovic. There's Crony in 7th, Bosonovic in 8th, and then there's the gap back to Dominate. So these 3 boys at the back, they really need to work with each other to try and catch up to that group in front. A little bit of bump draft in it to try and catch up is not a bad idea here. As you can see, Dennis is trying to give Dominator a little bit of a nudge just to help them get up further into up the road. Who's that? So Seamus has spun. Seamus has spun. Has that, as what I've been saying, affected Seamus? Let's go on board with Seamus. He comes into turn 1. Seamus fighting for 1st place. There we go. I've said it. I've just been saying it for about the last 3 minutes. That's the problem of taking that racing line. Seamus, you can't it was on the cards. Oh, he still can't recover. It was on the cards. Not only do you get the thump of that turn, but you're also hitting the marbles. And Seamus has binned his race by himself by that aggressive racing line now, which has just allowed Pooh, nice little drift there from Pooh, to carry on in 1st place. Bazinga's 2nd, Mickey 3rd, Crazy's up to 4th. He's got past Berserker. He's also bringing Crony with him. There's Crony in 5th place. Berserker's now battling with Bosonovic in 6th and 7th to see how this pans out. Is Bosonovic going to give way to... It's very tight here. Oh, Bosonovic nicely bails out of there, just follows Berserker into turn 1. Bazinga looks like he's got a bit wide up the head. Bosonovic giving a lot too much for him, probably. In the meantime, Rick has got in front of the 2nd group. They're trying to work their way up the field to try and catch the boys in front. Can they do it? So, back out front here. Turn 2. We got Pooh. Mickey now. Mickey won the 1st race of the season. It's been a while since he's been up front. Maybe it's his time to get a good result again here at Blue Moon. He's looking up the inside here of Pooh, coming into turn 1. He's got the lead now. Saw Pooh unsettled. Ooh, a little sideways action there from Mickey, but Mickey's got the lead. He's also now being Crazy. Crazy coming up the inside here. There's Crazy. There we are. It's Crazy. 3 abreast into this kink left. Oh, this could spell trouble for someone, but no, they just about managed to sort themselves out. Pavel stuck on the outside here a little bit. Trying to look up. No, that's it. Sensible driver there from Pavel, bailing out of turn 2. Just stay where you are, but there you can see Crony snuck up the inside. Doesn't really matter though. Pavel should get a nice slipstream down the main straight. Yeah, this front four now seems to have broken away a little bit. Still on board here with Crazy as he follows Crony into turn one. He's not going to get taken. No, he's just not going to get anywhere to go. He's Crazy. He's taking a dangerous line around the outside. As you can see, it is fast, but it really unsettles the cars. Nice line there. It's going to come up the underside here of Crony, but Crony's coming out left. Oh, this could be horrible. 3 abreast. Yeah, and someone's going to suffer for it, and it was Pooh. Pooh squeezed into the barrier. What should we put that down to? Racing incident? There's just no one was willing to give an inch then, and Pooh's, there is actually room for 3 cars, but Pooh just gets a little nudge, which is unfortunate for Pooh, I have to say. Slows him up. He's lost ground now terribly. Was battling for the lead, and he's now down to 6th place. Pooh squeezed into the barrier. The Pooh has been smeared into the barrier, that's for sure. I'm sure, Chris, that there is a million Pooh jokes I could come out with in this course of the season, but I'm trying to be a bit more mature and not laugh and guffaw at all the Pooh references, because we'd be here all day otherwise, but I can't help it. It's just too easy. It's too easy to say there's a Pooh coming up the inside of someone. It's just, oh well. Anyway, we're moving on. Like, there's a Pooh all over the rear end of Berserker. Pooh is squeezed out. There's a Pooh rubbing itself all over. No, stop. Here, I'm stopping. In the meantime, I'm bored. Pooh, nice inside line. Pooh was forced out. It was probably Pooh forced out of Pooh in the real world as well when he went through that. So, oh, we can't stop talking about Pooh. It's not Hanky the Christmas Pooh or anything like that. Let's go on. Let's get back to the racing. Crazy in 3rd place with Crony. I tell you what, talking about Pooh is probably the most exciting part of this race, because it's a bit of procession for a long part of it. It's all nose to tail. Nice tidy line there from Crazy, I have to say. At the moment, Mickey's out in 1st place. He's got a little bit of gap here from Crony in 2nd. 1, 2 and 3. Got a gap between them, and Pooh's got back up to 4th place, been harassed by Bazinga here into turn 2. It doesn't need to harass him just there. Oh, and everyone's gone wide. There was a little nudge there. Oh, and another nudge there. Someone got... Who was that? So Bosonovic is being squeezed here from Rick. But Bosonovic gives Dominator a bit of a nudge, and it looks a little bit squirrely from Bosonovic, I have to say. As Rick's given the position back up. This nice fight in here from Dennis, who's actually managed to overtake someone. Hold the phone. Frame this moment. Dennis overtaking someone coming down the main straight. Oh god, 13 minutes gone. We've still got over half the race to go. Oh, Dennis brakes very late, and you can see that's caused him to spin the rear wheels up. He's flirting with the barrier there. It's just allowed Dominator to get up side by side with Bazinga. Dennis is a bit too late on the braking, I have to say. Got a nice run here. In the meantime, this is a quick look back up front to Mickey. Mickey, nice driving here for Mickey. Still got a bit of a gap. He's being followed by Crazy in 2nd, and Crazy is bringing Crony with him in 3rd. He's all starting to spread out, which is actually the worst thing to happen, because it's really hard to gain time on people if you're not in the slipstream. There's Berserker's in 4th. He's been harassed by the Pooh, who's right up. Oh, it looks like they're trying to help each other get up, catch up, bit of bump drafting with each other to catch up to the drivers in front. Hopefully that'll bring the two of them closer to the action and the podiums. They both want a podium, these two. Berserker and Thunderbird 1, and Pooh Dog in, what's that, the old Martini inspired livery there, I'd say. Pooh's dived out of Berserker into turn 2, thinks better of it, pulls it back inside and follows Berserker again, as you can see. Right, so let's go back up from Mickey now. Definite gap. Let's have a look at the gap. Mickey's got a 1.8 second lead over Crazy in second place and Crony in third. So these boys are now just cottoned on to what they need to do. Pooh pushing Berserker. Yep. We just no. Just don't stop. I'm gonna start. I'll start giggling. I really will. Anyway, so we've got these two boys bump drafting each other to try and catch up to Mickey in front, and then we've got Pooh and Berserker who are racing each other now. Should be bump drafting. There we go. Berserker's now carrying on with the bump drafting in 4th and 5th. Another group trying to catch up in front. And then we got these boys squabbling. Dominator's got up to 6th. He wasn't 9th. He's been harassed here from Rick, who's got it horribly wrong. Oh, Rick, far too late. That could have been disastrous for so many people. It's just compromised the other drivers, though, ahead. Bazinga and Dennis had to take evasive action there to avoid smashing into the back end of Rick. Did Rick get any damage, by the way? No, he didn't get any damage. He's lucky to get away with that one, so he's dropped back down to 9th. Bazinga and Dennis now side by side coming to turn 1. Oh, Dennis taking that bumpy line into turn 1. He's managing to hold it though. Let's go on board. Oh no, it's not Dennis. Bazinga, here we go. Bazinga right in the tailpipes here of Dennis. Is he going to try and overtake or wait until the main straight to do it? No, he's going to try and dive up the inside. No. This is where you need to be close. Here you go. So he's basically compromised Dennis's run a little bit hard, but Bazinga's getting pushed wide now. Coming down the main straight, he's losing traction all the time. He's now got in the slipstream, trying to find a way. These boys trying to catch up to the group in front. Oh, let's just go back to this. Go on board with Bazinga. Oh, pushes Dennis wide. Dennis gives the space up though. So here we are, 7th, 8th, 9th. Nice little fight going on. What's going on up front? We still have Mickey out in the lead. He did have a 1.8 second lead. It's now a 0.6 second lead. Crazy's caught up. He's not really brought Crony with him, so bit of a gap now. Oh, something went wrong there. I heard someone get it something horribly wrong. I think it's the Pooh dog. Pooh and Berserker still sort of side by side. Berserker giving Pooh a lot of room there. Falls in behind. You can hear Berserker lifting off the gas. Brakes, but Pooh doesn't brake. Pooh smeared himself all over the barrier yet again. He likes that bit of barrier. As you can see though, it's just given Berserker a big gap now. So Berserker's all on his own in 4th place. Quite a long distance away from the guys in front, but quite a long distance from the guys behind. So Dominator's slowly got up through the field. He's now in 5th place. He's got the Pooh's having an eventful race. Pooh, where is he? There's the Pooh. Was battling for 1st. He's now down to 7th through getting a braking error wrong and nudging the barrier, but he's fighting back up the inside here of Dominator. Dominator's just lost position to Bazinga. Bazinga's back up to 5th. It's all kicking off, I have to say. Let's have a look back here. Look at these boys squabbling into turn 2. Is the Pooh dog going to try and outbrake the Dominator? He is. He's squeezing the Pooh to the inside. Pooh's been squeezed to the inside. And there's a whole, look at this gaggle of drivers swarming all over the back of Pooh. 3 abreast, they're all trying to find a way through. Then they really need to work together. Just calm down, lads. Still a long way to go. 12 minutes, 11 minutes now. Coming into turn 1, on board here with Rick. They all take the bumpy line. You see how much it unsettles everyone. It unsettles so many people. In fact, it's unsettled the Pooh that much. He's off again. Oh, the Pooh. He's having a nightmare race. Gets it wrong. Oh, he tries to go up the inside. A bit of contact there. He's going to get it wrong. Spins it up. Does he damage the car? No. Pooh. Oh, the pressure's got to him. He's now dropped back to 9th place. That's effectively his race run now. So we're now really down to the top 9 drivers with 11 minutes to go. 10 minutes to go. 10 and a half minutes to go. And if you look at the map there at the top right, we've got Mickey in 1st place. Crazy in 2nd place. Crony in 3rd place, Berserker in 4th. He seems to have dropped back a little bit now from the lead group. Well, the lead group aren't exactly a group, they're following each other. And then you've got Bazinga in 5th. He's got a bit of a gap between him and Rick in 6th place. Dennis is in 7th, Dominator in 8th. That's really the top contenders at the moment. Still a long way to go. Let's go back up here with Mickey. Nice gap he's got now over Crazy. 1.3 second lead. We'll go on board with Mickey. See what kind of racing lines he's taking, because he's obviously doing something very right to keep it out so clean in front and with no assists of slipstream or anything, keeping that distance ahead of the guys behind. See what kind of racing line Mickey is taking into turn 1. He's still taking a risky-ish line. He gets that wrong. He's on the marbles out to turn at the edge there at turn 1, but manages to make it stick. What's the gap? 1.5 seconds between him and Crazy there in 2nd place. Crony can't quite catch up to the back of Crazy, and then there's a gap. What's the gap between Berserker and Crony? It's 4.8 seconds between them, and fastest lap for Mickey. Let's have a quick look. Berserker gets that slightly wrong, and he's being caught by Rick and the rest of the crew. We'll go and have a look at the fastest laps in a second. So, fastest lap is indeed by Mickey. He's done a 52.4, but he's not done that for a long. It's been a while since he got down into 52. So he must have had that when he had a slipstream. Turn 1, Mickey, Crazy, Crony, and then Berserker and Thunderbird 1 is definitely starting to be caught now. He's hanging that Thunderbird 1 out very wide, is Berserker, but he's definitely been caught by, here we are on board with Rick and Dennis in 5th and 6th. Dennis trying to bump draft Rick further up the road, sensibly staying behind. This is eases off, but Rick gets it wrong, gets a little sideways, just allowed Dennis to catch back up. Dennis, you can see Dennis is doing the right things, bump drafting along to try and close the gap to Berserker up ahead. Not sure why Rick put the hazard lights on there, but this is the way to do it. This is what you should be doing at oval tracks, to try and close the distance up ahead. Take that bumpy line. Bazinga's still hanging around in 7th. He's had an eventful race so far, up and down the field. I think he was up to 3rd at one point, wasn't he? And they all seem to be slowly reeling Berserker in. Let's go on board with Berserker looking behind. Championship leader at the moment in this division. So, and his rival is right behind him there, Rick. Oh, Rick's got it wrong. Rick, let's go have a quick look at that. Rick's got it wrong. Into turn 2, he bashes the front of that Megane into the barrier there, which unsettles the car badly. He's missed gears all over the place. It's just allowed Dennis and Bazinga to get through into 5th and 6th. It's going to compromise all of them again. It's going to give Berserker a little bit of a gap now. Anyway, let's go back up front to see Crazy is in the lead. Crazy is caught right up to Mickey. Let's see how that happened. Did Mickey make a mistake anywhere? Or did Crazy just get close enough to get a slipstream? Oh, it's a risky line through the bumpy section. Looks to me like Crazy's just managed to catch the air, because you can see here's Crazy, and he's got a big gap now between himself and Crony. So Crazy's got up into the slipstream of Mickey. So we've got a battle for the lead for sure. Crazy's looking up the inside of Mickey into turn 2, side by side, and both managed to keep it away from the barrier, which is good, but it's not good because it's just allowing now Crony to catch these two boys up front who are on board with Mickey. These two should really keep working together, because there's Crony just behind them. Mickey's trying to go around the outside. Just stay with him for now. Still, we got 7 minutes to go. Nice wide line there for Mickey, which unsettles him. He's going to try and slingshot back underneath Crazy. Here we go then. Coming under the Blue Moon Bridge, side by side into this little kink. As you can see, Crazy's sensibly. If it let me go to Crazy, come on, let me go to Crazy. There we go. Oh, Crazy's got it wrong. He's nudged that bit of barrier, the barrier that Pooh's smeared over himself. Not that barrier. Dennis slammed his front into. That's just allowing those little mistakes. It's just allowing Crony to catch up to this group. 6 minutes to go. Let's have a quick look at everyone's tyre wear. So we got Mickey on Racing Super Softs, looking quite comfortable. Same for Crazy, who's now diving up the inside of Mickey into turn 1. Retakes the lead with 5 and a bit minutes to go. Crazy back out in front with Mickey now in second place Racing Super Softs. Crony on Racing Super Softs in third. He's slowly but surely reeling these two in. Berserker on Racing Softs front, Racing Super Softs back here in Thunderbird 1 has got a lonely 4th place. Honestly, I couldn't catch up to the guys in front, but then I could manage to hang off. I've got a big enough gap at the moment for at least for the guys behind. These squabbling 3 here. We've got Dennis in 5th as Dominator gets it wrong, slams into the barrier. Has Dominator got any damage for that? No, manages to avoid damage. Again, it's just compromising their racing. Coming down the back straight, it's going forward with Dominator. See if he tries to retake Rick into 6th place. So we've got 6 races to go at this stage. Oh, yeah, Dominator's looking up the inside, trying to go around the inside. Oh, a little nudge there from Rick on Dennis, but Dennis, to be honest, has got sideways into turn 1. Didn't leave Rick anywhere to go. Coming up to turn 2. I need a quick drink. I'll be on board here with Dominator. Nice moves then from the guys just at that the last 2. It's all sort of closing up here in 5th, 6th and 7th as we go up front. We'll also find, yep, here we go. Crazy's out in front. He's still leading out in front, but Crony is now caught up to this group. With 4 minutes to go, it's really starting to kick off. Really closing up nicely all over the place. On board here with Crony. Great drive here from Crony. He's kept it nice and clean through this race. Nice and quiet. Has managed to catch back up, get into the slipstream. It's all about the slipstream at this circuit. And now we've got 1, 2, 3. Line astern with 3 minutes to go. So that'll be about 3, 4 laps or something like that. Let's go back. Let's go through the field while we can at the moment. So at the moment we have Crazy here in 1st place. Closely followed here from Mickey in 2nd. Crony in 3rd. 1, 2, 3 out on their own. Big gap then between them and Berserker here in 4th. As you can see, Berserker's got no one behind him. So Berserker's having a very low. Oh, there they are behind him. Berserker in 4th place. And then Rick's here in 5th. He's managing to hold off the attentions of all the drivers behind. So Rick is in 5th. He's got through the field. He had a poor qualifying, but fair play to Rick. He's got up through the field to 5th place. Dominator here in 6th. He's had an eventful race, been up and down like a yo-yo. And then we've got the entertainment of the circuit. Dennis here in 7th. Bazinga in 8th. Seamus has caught back up to 9th. Good driving there from Seamus after his disastrous exit stage left at turn 1 so long ago. Stuck with it. Still could pick up some decent points. They're all sort of squeezing. Seamus is going very brave, and he's also nearly got it very wrong again into turn 1. But in the meantime, let's go back up front. Here we have Crazy still in front. Let's go on board with Mickey. Coming round now. We've got, what's this? 1.5 minutes to go. So that'll be 2 laps. 2 laps for these boys to sort out the race win. This is your podium. 1, 2, 3 here. Someone's going to win. Someone's going to lose. Let's go on board with Crony. He's got a nice slipstream up here on the inside. Crony's going from 3rd, diving up the inside. Can he get into 1st place at turn 1? No, he can't. Crazy's gone wide, but it's not wide enough to the barrier. So Crony's nipped up to 2nd place. But Mickey is fighting back underneath. Oh, you could hear Mickey lift off then. That was either very sensible and very respectful. It's going to come down to a last lap, it really is. Everyone's clean through turn 2. They missed the barrier. Mickey's a little bit off the pace then. Seemed to be very respectful. It's just, you can see, it's just giving him a bit too much of a gap now between himself and Crony. What's we got? 30 seconds to go. Let's go on board with Crony. It's Crazy, goes down the inside. Yep, less than 30 seconds. This is your last lap. So Crony's trying to go around the outside, doesn't quite make it. Crazy's stuck up the inside. Coming round now through the infield section for the last time. Crazy's still hanging on from Crony. I'm sure there's a gag in there somewhere. Crony looking at the rear end of Crazy here. Trying to find, can he nip up the inside? No, Crazy blocks him off. Into the last corner, here we go. Everyone's standing on their feet. Crony is right in the slipstream. Windscreen wiper going. It's going to be one of these two for the win. Everyone, the spectators are on their feet. We're coming down to the end of the race. Here we go. The checker flag is out. Who is going to win? The line is coming up, and we will pause it right there because there is controversy. Let's have a quick look at why. It's very difficult to give this either way, but it looks on the screen as though Crazy's won by, what's that, half a wheel arch, if that, over Crony. But according to the timesheet, as I let this run just a little bit further, Crony's gone down as the win with Mickey in third, Crazy in 2nd place, Mickey in 3rd. So the stewards got something to sort out there, but Berserker's 4th, Rick's 5th, Dominator's 6th, Dennis is, oh, that's all finished too soon. Dennis in 7th, and I think it was Bazinga in 8th. But yes, controversy there at Blue Moon. It seemed to be a clear win for Crazy, but it gave, on the timing sheet, the win to Crony. So something I think needs to be looked at. It's nothing that the drivers can do. It's not for them to worry about. But yes, interesting times. Controversy at Blue Moon. That circuit I hate at the best of times anyway. Right then, moving on. Let's get on to Tokyo Expressway East Outer Loop. And while this is loading up, I should have a quick drink. Okay then, so now I can give you the result from the last race as well, if you want to pause it. I didn't get a chance to say who finished where. So, Crony finished in 1st in the last race, although it's contentious because I personally think it should be a tie, because it looked to me on screen as though Crazy won, but the timesheet gave it to Crony. Both drivers, I think, had a superb race. I think it should be a tie, but there you go. Crony here in was 1st. Crazy in 1st. Mickey was 3rd. Berserker was 4th. Rick was 5th. Dominator was 6th. Dennis was 7th. Bazinga was 8th. Seamus got all the way back up to 9th. Poodog was 10th. Sixpenny 11th. I forgot how to count then. And Bosonovic was in 12th. Yeah, I forgot how to count completely. In the meantime, we now go back into the this race. We've got in 1st place Bosonovic in a Lamborghini We take results from the results screen, which shows Craney won by 0.027. Replay is subject to lag, etc. Hence why these glitches happen. Yeah, I appreciate that, Chris. I do understand the point of view. I've actually stopped and made a screenshot myself, and I had Crazy winning by 0.084 of a second. Even when both cars were both completely over the line. I don't know what the right thing to do is. As an impartial, I personally think they should both get the win, but I can see at some point you've got to put a stake in the ground and say maybe we go with the timing sheets, maybe it's the visuals, or maybe it's a combination of both. I don't know what the right thing to say is, but I personally think in the spirit of MRC and the race, I think it should have been a joint win myself. But there you go. We shall move on. This is an exciting race as well, from what I gather. Bosanovic here in first place in the Lamborghini. 6 Benny Qatar in a McLaren. McLarens, I've driven this McLaren at this circuit. It's a very competitive car at this circuit. Pooh is in. Oh, how many Pooh references can we get out of this race? Pooh's here in third place. Seamus here in fourth in their Siroccos. Bazinga in a Toyota. He's really going to struggle at this circuit in that car. The Toyota suffers straight line speed. It's going to be hard work for Bazinga, that's for sure. Dennis in ICU. Rudish word. Dennis, naughty, naughty, naughty. I like the livery though. In her Audi. Is that an Audi? Have you changed car? I thought you, Dennis, weren't you in a Sirocco before? I think you were in a Sirocco before, weren't you, Dennis? I don't remember you being an Audi. Anyway, Dominator here in 7th in a Porsche. Rick, excuse me, in 8th in a Sirocco. Berserker in Thunderbird 2's and a Mustang here in 9th. Mickey in a Ferrari. Oh, I bet the Ferrari sounds awesome coming down the tunnel. We're going to come back to Mickey coming down this tunnel many times. Crazy in the GTR and Crony in another Ferrari. Another Ferrari back here in times in race show. I had one by and that's what I saw as well. Crazy. I'd say it's contentious. I don't know. I think the best thing is to say that it was a joint win. You know, it's not that the drivers have done anything wrong. The drivers can only do what the drivers can do. I just personally think it should have been a draw. But there you go. Anyway, right, moving on. Let's go on board with Berserker, who always seems to get rocking good starts. In the Mustang, it's like poo off a shovel. Is the Mustang, and once again Berserker's gone flying from 9th, was he 8th, 10th place. He's already up to 7th. Oh, he's been blocked here now from Dominator, and Bazinga's blocking the road. He could have got through, I think, into but he's had to ease off now, so Berserker's only up to 6th place from 10th. Oh, it's going to look so cool, this race in the night time. So here we are on board with Bosanovic. Now I know there's some shenanigans going on in turn 1. Let's see what happens, because this is always going to be an awful place to go. Oh, I think the Dominator's got that horribly wrong, far too deep, lunged far too much. It's just caused a bit of a pile-up back here. Everyone's now cleanly through. Oh, just about. Yep, we're all through cleanly with traction control. Good start. Thank you very much, Crazy. In the meantime, Bosanovic in the Lamborghini sticking it out in front. He's been close. He's harassed. Oh, this is a great view. Harassed it from Sixpenny Guitar in the McLaren. Oh, Sixpenny a bit squirrely through that little it's a very fast chicane. And his Berserker and his Mustang caught right up. Berserker's up to 3rd place already from 10th on the grid. I have to say, this is one of my favourite circuits. I absolutely adore this circuit. It really works well for the Mustang as well. But then we've got Dennis in an Audi. Dennis has swapped cars. I assume he's taken some sort of penalty for that as well. I'm pretty sure he would have done. Anyway, in the meantime, everyone's cleanly through. Just going back, looking at the map at the top right here. Oh, we're going to have fun now, because this is going to be coming into the hairpin. Someone inevitably will go deep, and it's Sixpenny Guitar's gone far too deep. But everyone else seems to have gone through quite cleanly. Yep, we're all cleanly through. Yep, Mickey and Crazy still battling back here, but everyone's cleanly through. But in the meantime, let's go back up front to see Bosonovic in the Lamborghini. He's Bosonovic does have previous at this circuit. This seems to be the circuit that Bosonovic likes. Berserker now in second place. He's got him. Who was it? No, is it Sixpenny Guitar? That's it. Sixpenny Guitar went wide. Berserker's in second place. You can see Dennis here in the Audi screaming alongside the Berserker. The Audi's superb in a straight line speed, but Berserker's still hanging it in there on the inside. Oh, Berserker gets punted from Sixpenny Guitar, which pushes him wide. Sixpenny. That's a point, Crazy. I will do. I'll look at the car's top speeds. I know what the Mustang's in. The Mustang can get up to 164, I think it was, in a straight line, without any aids of slipstream or anything like that. Oh, this looks really quite hairy here. Pooh is trying to squeeze away through into the slippery left-right chicane, always managed to keep it clean. The three of them, that is a very tricky place to try and go clean. On board with Dennis, it's a really, really tricky circuit to overtake it as well. Apart from the main straights, there's a bit of bump in the margin, but the line of stone, this is very hard. Great driving here. I'd like to name these parts of the circuits, but I'm not sure what to call them. Coming down to the hairpin. On board here with Rick. Oh, didn't mean to flick that much. Here we go. Rick diving up the inside of Pooh. Rick goes from 6th up to 4th. Great bit of driving there from Rick, I have to say. Has everyone got through cleanly? Oh, it looks like there's a bit of shenanigans going on back here. Dennis has gone all the way back to 9th. What happened there with Dennis? Oh, 1, 2, 3. Dennis was here in 5th place and he's dropped all the way back to 9th. Rubs the inside line there on the wall. It's all good so far. We know that's Rick behind him. Rick's did a beautiful manoeuvre here. Rick goes from 5th up the inside here. Nice, that's all clean, that's all good. What does Dennis do wrong? Oh, Dennis! No! Dennis hits the inside. And here comes Crazy up the inside of Dennis as well. So Crazy's got the inside move, or has he? But someone's right up the inside. Here we go, look at this. Here we got Crazy Dennis side by side. Seamus is caught up between the two of them. On board with Mickey in the Ferrari. They're all bump drafting for their lives down into the tunnel. Dominator's dropped off as well. I need to have a quick look and see what's happened there. This is great stuff here, side by side, all of them. No one's giving way. The two boys in front can't. The two boys behind can't make way past the two in front, because there's now another one to join them. Bazinga's joined the party. They've caught all the way up to Bazinga. Bazinga's been mobbed here now from all of these. It's a group of cars, four of them harassing him. Wow, great stuff there. Everyone's keeping it really clean, but poor Bazinga in it. It's the trouble if you pick a Toyota. This is always going to be your Achilles heel. We have to see that the Toyotas. We'll start off with the Toyota's top speed. Oh, who's that getting squirrely? Dennis has got very squirrely. What's happened to Dennis? Was that by himself? So Dennis was through here. Come around. This is the corner I really couldn't get right. Turn 2 myself. I always kept messing that one up. So Dennis, does he just get it wrong? Dennis is sizing up the back end of Crazy in his slipstream. There's no one behind. Not anyone close behind. To watch what happens to Dennis. He's trying to find a way past Crazy Dennis. Is he looking up the inside there? No, he just gets the braking wrong by himself. Oh dear, Dennis. So he's scrubbed off a bit of speed. He's just allowed Bazinga to catch back up. As everyone's cleanly through. There's a lovely. Oh, too many cars in the view. let's go back up to the race leaders. So as you can see, the map at the top right, everyone is still there or thereabouts within the race. And what we're going to do, what I'm going to do from the after the start finish line, I'll see what everyone's top speeds are. Because by the start finish line, I know everyone should be up to top revs or there or thereabouts. So here we come with Bosonovic. He's going to be the first cross line. He's holding station out in front of Berserker as well. So here he is. He's now in Bosonovic, now in top gear. He's in 7th gear. Coming down the main straight. Has he crossed the line? Yeah, he's just crossed the line. Road goes slightly uphill and then levels out here, so it's about from that Gran Turismo 162, 63, 64, 65 it's flicking at 66, 166, nearly 67. So the Lamborghini is up to 167. Well, go back to the others in the meantime. Oh, look at this, there's a whole gaggle of drivers here into turn 1. Crony in the Ferrari. Look at this. This is really hard to drive clean in a Monaco style circuit. Very fast circuit as well. When you've got all these drivers side by side like this. Let's go from this view. We've got Pooh side by side with Rick. Yeah, where's Dennis gone? Dennis has dropped all the way off. Go and have a quick look back at that. Oh, Pooh gets it wrong. Squeezes Rick. The Pooh's squeeze. Let's have a quick look back at that again. I thought it was Crony, but no, Crony's car in front. So Pooh gets it a bit too... Doesn't turn in. Yeah, he's squeezed Rick a little bit there. But that's all okay so far. This is always a trouble here. But Pooh squeezed Rick into the barrier. Has just caused a carnage behind. So Rick's now hit Crazy, and he's also hit Seamus as well. So it's always the trouble you have here at this circuit. It's very, very tight. It's not a great place to overtake. But Rick was squeezed a little bit there from Pooh. In the meantime, Dennis is caught back up to this group. They're all still rubbing the sides. Let's go back through the field. Dominator dropped all the way back in his Porsche. I'm going to stick with the Toyota because we know that this is the slowest car on the circuit in the straight line. So we'll see what kind of speed the Toyota gets to along the start-finish straight. Here we're on board with Bazinga, and he's also going to get a tow as well, it looks like, from Mickey. So it'll be quite telling how much of a disadvantage that poor Toyota's got. The Toyota's going to be great, obviously, through the twisty sections, but you can see the Mickey in the Ferrari. Where are we? Bazinga, Mickey's got a 0.57 second lead. So 151, he's in top gear now. He's losing time, hand over fist to the cars in front. You can see in the rear view mirror, you got Dominator right behind catching in the Porsche. Poor old Toyotas, they've got 159. Topping out at 162, 63 with a bit of slipstream, 64 with a bit of slipstream. So not too bad considering, but it gets it horribly wrong into turn 1. Right then, so let's go through the field. We've all settled down now into our routines. In first place, nearly 10 minutes in, Bosonovic having a race of his season at the moment. It's holding station out. He's in first place, holding station out in front of Berserker and Thunderbird 2 in second place. Berserker's looking forward to it. I have to say I was looking forward to this track. I really like this track. And there's a big gap between Bosonovic and Berserker in first and second, and then Sixpenny Guitar still having a very good race in that McLaren. I knew that McLaren would be good if he can keep it nice and clean. He's still within chance of a podium, is Sixpenny. Oh, it looks like he's got it horribly wrong here. Did he just bump the car? I think he might have done. Oh, it's just that crony in the fry. This is a whole gaggle of drivers here now coming down. Oh, it's going to kick off here into the hairpin. We know Rick is very good at braking. Rick, the sixpenny guitar, was blocking the inside line, and Rick got unsettled as they all come around the last hairpin. It's all a bit bumping and barging. They still can't separate each other. Here on board with Crony. Seamus is in this mix as well. As Seamus says, Crony and Pooh's still around. So we've got a gaggle of 5 drivers just ahead of Crazy there in 8th place. Line astern. So let's go on board with the McLaren, who's in the front of this pack. Let's just see what Berserker's doing. Actually, we know what the Berserker's doing. Sorry, you know what Besonovich is doing. Let's see how fast the Mustang can get up to in a straight line with no assists. Berserker is only up to 161. 161 in a straight line. I thought it'd be faster now, but look at this. Here we go. This is what we want. 3 abreast into turn 1. Could end horribly, but no, they're all through very, very well. Oh, Seamus is getting squeezed there from Pooh. Oh, don't laugh. And they're all through turn 2 as well. Coming down now, Rick side by side with... It's going to be so difficult. He's through. He's past Sixpenny Guitar. There's Sixpenny and McLaren. Oh, he backed off too much and gets a little shove there from Crony. Yep, Crony gave him a bit of a shove. But there's more... I think there's more to do with Sixpenny actually broke a bit too early. I have to say, was that Pooh? Yeah, Pooh slipped through then. Pooh slipped through the gap created by the little nudge there. It's always going to be tricky here, though. It's hard to be critical because just the slight little inconsistencies, differences in drivers. Braking points and stuff in a circuit as tight and as fast as this can result in stuff like that. But on board here with Crony with his windscreen wiper still going, even though it's nice and dry. He's going to scrub the outside of that. No, yes he is. Seamus is catching up to the back here of Crony, coming down the hill to the hairpin. Surely he's got to run. He backs out. I thought he was dove up the inside then. Oh, Mickey dives up the inside though. Seamus goes very, very deep. Where's Mickey? There's Mickey. Mickey's got 7th place. The 2 Ferrari boys now 6th and 7th. Seamus back here in 8th. Crazy here in 9th. Dennis is back into 11th. Oh, what's happened to Dennis? Let's go back and have a quick look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So Dennis was in 10th place. He's a bit squirrely in that Audi, I have to say. He's dropped place. Oh, it's Bazinga. Oh, that's why he's gone. Bazinga's quit. Does he get something wrong here again as well? Dominator's close behind. This Dominator just gets the braking wrong. So Dennis is back here in last place. It's all going horribly wrong. He's changed his car, but he's still having the same results. Dennis is back in the field. In the meantime, 13 minutes gone. Besonovich driving supremely well. Still out in first place, keeping the distance between himself and Berserker. What's the distance? 2.2 seconds between the Lamborghini, which is going 166, 67 to Berserker's 161. So Mustang is definitely giving up some pace here, while the 2 Siroccos getting there about 160, well, 160-ish. And then there's this whole gaggle of drivers. Sixpenny Guitar leading the charge of this gaggle. And turn 1 coming into turn 2. Look at this. You've got 5. Oh, Mickey's gone wide. 6, 7th, 8th, 9th. There we go. 10, 11. So we got 6 drop. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 drivers all still squabbling over these positions back here. It's so difficult to keep it clean. Oh, Mickey's gone wide. Horribly wide. It's just tiny little selects 3 drivers through. Oh, now Crony's got it wrong. He's hit the barrier, which has just allowed the other Ferrari to go back. Seamus has gone wide. He's hit the barrier, which has just allowed Mickey to go wide. Oh, they're all getting... Oh, Seamus is still barrier scrubbing. Everyone got that all horribly wrong. They all punted each other. It's all going off here. I'll show you how the big boys did it up front. So Bosonovic, let's go on board Bosonovic. Do a flying lap with Bosonovic to show you what it's like coming around this circuit at full tilt. With Bosonovic, I have to say, Martin, you drove a fantastic race. I'm going to have a quick drinks break while we have a flying lap here with Bosonovic around Tokyo. Bosonovic nice and tidy there through turns 1 and 2. Coming down through this hill, you can actually keep it pretty much flat out between turn 2 and down to the hairpin. You see, Bosonovic has just done a purple sector time. You brake there at that 50-yard marker and then just bin it from here. You can if you get it right, you can flat out from here. It's really tricky to do, and it looks like Bosonovic is doing a good job. There you go. It's not, just ease off the gas a little bit there. Brake a little bit here, turn in, keep it tight, and then back on it. There's not a lot of, it's a real power circuit, and it's one of my favourite circuits because of it. You just, if you're brave, you can make it stick, you'll get a really good lap time, which is Bosonovic and myself. I was a berserker boy, consistently putting in about 209s, 210s, because you just, if you hook it up right, it's brilliant. You see Berserker back here in the Mustang, still a lonely second. Rick has got himself through all the shenanigans up to 3rd, and he's bringing the poo with him, the 2 Sirocco boys, 3rd and 4th. Sixpenny Guitar still hanging on to 5th place, but he's brought Crazy with him. And Crony and the rest of these boys are all sort of starting to spread out a little bit now. Everyone's settling down, 17 minutes gone. Let's go on board with Dennis, see what top speed he's getting up to in the Audi. He's got a slipstream though, bear that in mind. Oh, he's not trying to overtake Crane, he's trying to bump draft him. So that means Crony can only get up to 160. Let's go on board with Crony. 163. So even the Ferrari's quicker than the Mustang. He's getting a bit of a bump there from Dennis. Both these boys now braking at turn 1. Dennis trying to go around the outside of Ferrari. Yeah, makes it stick. Is he going to get it into turn 2? Crony's still there. No, he's gone too wide as Dennis. So the Ferrari's nipped back underneath. Dominator. Let's see what the Porsche's like in the straight line as well on one of these laps. Dominator's been harassed now by Seamus. It's a little bit as you are, apart from these boys back in the lower parts of the circuit. Still, as you are, Bosonovic has been out in front of the class of the field at the moment. Berserker's been a very lonely 2nd place, hasn't managed to catch up to Bosonovic, but has got a huge gap between himself and Rick in 3rd. So Rick's, oh, that was very close, Rick. Right to the limit was the Dutchman. These 2 Sirocco boys, what's their tyre wear like? Racing Super Softs. That's an interesting choice there from Rick. So not a particularly hard on the tyres circuit. Looks like Poo Dog's looking to go up underneath at the hairpin. Is he going to outbrake Rick into the hairpin? Oh, it bails out of it. He's got a nice little run here. It's probably just better to stay in the slipstream. Hello, Raffo. How you doing, mate? Coming down now to start finish rate. We have got 10 minutes to go. This awesome circuit. The Sirocco boys line astern, third and fourth. Pooh's slipping around the outside of Rick on the right hand side, so Pooh's back up into third place. Is Rick is going to try and slingshot himself back in front in the slipstream? It's not quite in it. There he is now. So is Rick going to try and return the favour? No, he's bumped off. They're trying desperately to either escape from fifth place Crazy. I'm going to try and catch up to Berserker in front. Where's the braking? Both brake just about the 120 metre mark. Who's gone slightly wide into turn one? Rick's keeping it nice and tidy though. So these boys trying to work together. It looks like, oh, they both got it wrong though into turn two. Bashed the barrier, no damage. That's good. In the meantime, Crazy's got his way up through the field into fifth place. Sixpenny Guitar here in seventh. He's sixth. Managed to keep that McLaren ahead of the squabbling boys behind. Here we have Dennis squabbling with Crony. Dennis was in last place. Dominator, Seamus and Mickey have all had something go wrong. How did Dennis get all the way back up through? Here we go, Dennis. Here we go, this section here. Turn left. Drift it out wide a little bit. Yep, Dennis trying to find. It's even if you drive the right line, it's very hard to go any outside anywhere. But Dennis is trying to find a way. He's trying to get away that Audi. Surely the best place for the Audi to get past the Ferrari would be on the start. The start-finish straight. In the meantime, here comes Dominator. Oh, nearly squeezed there from Dennis. I don't think Dennis realised the Porsche was there. Is Dominator bringing anyone with him? Oh no, Dominator's missed his braking point, gone very wide. The Porsche, aka the Beetle's gone very wide down there. So we'll see what the Beetle power can do down the start-finish straight now. See what the Dominator's top speed is like. Bear in mind though that the Porsche is going to have a slipstream from the cars in front. Through the tunnel, Dominator bringing Seamus with him. That's the. Is that the best sector time for Dominator, or is that the best lap time he's just done? It's not showing me on my screen. So the Porsche with a slipstream is up to 165, 66, 67 coming out of slipstream. So it looks like, I'm surprised. I thought my Mustang was quicker than the rest of you. Just handles really well. Oh, Dennis gets a bump there from the Dominator into turn one. The Dominator himself drifts a bit too wide, misses a gear. Someone missed a gear then. You heard the engine rev of someone. It's just allowed Seamus now to catch up to the back of Dennis. Dennis here back to 8th place. He wasn't last, but he's got back up to 8th. Seamus is harassing. Oh, there's a. Oh, there's. Let's have a quick look at that again. Here we are on board with Seamus. He's caught right up to the back end of Dennis. Dennis maybe didn't realise Seamus has dived up the inside here. He's got his. Seamus puts his nose up the side. They're side by side. Oh, probably didn't realise that Seamus was there. It's just scrubbed off a bit of speed, giving him a bit of breathing room to allow himself to get a bit further ahead of Seamus. But in the meantime, so we have 6.5 minutes to go, which will be about 3 laps. Bosonovic, look at those lap times: 2:09, 2:10, 2:08, 2:08.8. Great lap time there from Bosonovic. 2:09, 2:09, 2:10, 2:09. Consistency there from Bosonovic, really consistently fast. Pretty much the same for Berserker Boy as well, 2:09s and 2:10s across the board, but just not enough to catch up to Bosonovic in front. I think the closest it was the last time I checked was about 2.2. It's now 3 seconds Berserker's got a 10-second lead over Rick and Pooch. This is really where the main battle is. These two boys fighting line astern. They've only got 6 minutes to sort out who's going to get the last podium position. Pooh's had an interesting night all round. He's still battling side by side along the start-finish straight here. The long straight. He's got the Sirocco out in front. The Sirocco's struggling to get up to 160 though. I thought the Sirocco was quicker than that, but Sirocco can only get up to 160. So Pooh retakes third place. Rick's going back up the inside here at turn 1. Nice clean move there from Rick. Keeps it in front at turn 2. Sirocco of Pooh slips back into 4th place. Yeah, where's Crazy? Crazy is not too far behind. So Crazy, let's have a look at the gap between Pooh and Crazy. The gap is 2.2 seconds. Can Crazy catch this gap up? Now, Crazy's got a bit of a gap. I mean, if you look at the map at the top right there, there isn't really anyone out of the picture. Apart from the lead 2 drivers, Bosonovic and Berserker, you've then got 3rd, 4th and 5th. Here we are on board with Crazy here in 5th place. And just a few seconds behind is Crony. He's just around that corner. Let's see if he comes around the corner as he comes up the hill. There he is. There's Crony. So with Crazy gets it slightly wrong there, rubs the inside of that GTR. Crazy looks like he could be catching Pooh Dog as well. Let's have a look back here. Where's Crony? Oh, and here come the rest of the clowns. I shouldn't say that, but back here at the back, all still squabbling. Looks like Sixpenny Guitar is looking up the inside of Dennis. Is he going to broke too late? He's braked very late. Is Dennis going to undercut him? Is anyone going to undercut him? No! Dominator undercuts Dennis as well. So Dennis is struggling in an Audi to get the power down. So there's 2 people who've just got through. Here we go. Seamus now sizing up the Audi. This will be interesting. We've seen the Sirocco up front with Pooh and Rick only getting up to about 160. But here we have one of the fastest cars in the game, the Audi, bringing along the slower Sirocco. In the meantime, you can see up front there, 7th Dominator's also line astern there with the McLaren. What's Shames doing? 165. See, it's giving him Shames about another 5 miles per hour, maybe even 6. There we go. Into turn 1. We'll keep it clean. And they all hit the barrier. Oh, they hit the barrier big time. Oh dear. Everyone gets it wrong. Dennis, you're having a shocker. Oh dear, Dennis. There's a barrier there. Oh, he gets whacked for good measure from Seamus. And he's lost, how many, what's that, 2 places now. He's back at the back of the grid. Poor old Dennis. So in the meantime, 3 minutes to go. So 1.5 laps. I make that. Bosonovic, imperious drive. 4.28 seconds. Is that 8? 4.28 second lead now over Berserk. He's stretching his lead out for his what would be, if he can keep this going, his first win of the season. Coming down to the hairpin. What's that? So we've got 2 minutes to go. So yeah, the next lap will be the last lap. Still, Berserker's valiantly trying to catch up to that Lamborghini in front, but it's just suffering at the back end of the long start-finish straight, losing 5 miles an hour. In the meantime, these two are still harassing each other for 3rd and 4th. This still has not been decided. This is going to come down to the wire for sure on the last lap. So Pooh still battling with Rick for 3rd and 4th. Crazy, don't know if he can catch up to those 2 in front. Crazy is still 2.3 seconds behind the guys in front. Crony's now on his own in 6th place. Dominator's leading the group behind in 7th. Here comes Seamus being harassed by Sixpenny Guitar. I love the interior view of the McLaren. love the interior view. Can you look? Yeah, look around a little bit. Oh, Sixpenny bump drafting now with Seamus. Trying to find a way through. Where's Dennis and Mickey all back there as well? Someone's right off the pace. Who's that back here? That's Dennis. Dennis is cruising. What's going on here? Oh, Dennis just retires, I think. Where's Mickey? Mickey's all the way back. I'm trying to find out. I think he's just going to the line. Yeah, minutes ago he's going to the line. So Dennis is conceding the race, I think. He's going to stop at the line and finish. Dennis finish in 10th and Mickey will finish in 11th. So we go back up to the front of the field to Bosonovic. Bright yellow Lamborghini through that lovely left-right section. Hello, mate. How you doing, buddy? Coming round now for the last time with 30 seconds to go. This will be the last lap. He's had a superb race. He's had a pretty torrid season up mainly towards the back, but he's shown his true speed at Tokyo here, and the circuit really suited obviously to the Lamborghini. Coming down the hill for the last time to the hairpin. Yeah, I can see on the map there there's drivers that stopped before the line waiting to cross it. Here he comes, Bosonovic. Coming around the hairpin for the last time to pick up which would be his first win this season. 30 minutes are up, this is the final lap. Coming down the start-finish straight. Here he comes for the checker flag is out. And Bosonovic is eventually, where's the start finish line? There he is. He crashes the car and wins the race. Well, great drive there from Bosonovic. Berserker Matthew plugged away there for his second, and Pooh's managed to keep out in front of Rick. So Pooh picks up the last podium position of 3rd place. Rick's in 4th. Crazy's in 5th. Crazy did catch up to the boys in the end, but not quick enough. Crowley's in 6th. Oh, that was close. Let's go back and have a quick look at that. So Dominator and Seamus had a nice finish to their race. Dominator looking to get into the slipstream. Which way is he going to go? Where's the checker flag? Oh, there's the line. So his Dominator looks like he's crossed the line. Yeah, Dominator nips in front of Seamus for 7th. Sixpenny Guitar was in 9th. And there you have it. That is race 12 done. 4 races to go. It's still quite tight across the field. So hopefully you enjoyed that. Hope to see you again next week as well. Take it easy, everyone. Stay safe, and I'll see you next week. Bye then.